Thank you to UTA Gaming for the gameplay in this video. What is up, Paper Mario fans? This is Brighton from RPG Ranked, and in this video, I will be ranking all the Paper Mario streamers and final chapter in Paper Mario the Origami King. Contrary to a lot of people, I absolutely adored this game. I thought it was fantastic. It's not Thousand Year Door, but honestly, it gave me a similar feeling to playing Thousand Year Door for the first time. I'm 16, I didn't exactly grow up right when the game came out, but I played a couple years ago and I still love Thousand Year Door. And when I played this game, I wouldn't say I felt the same, but I felt a very similar sense of wonder that I got from that game. So, yes, this is my second favorite Paper Mario game, and today I'm going to tell you why, because of the vibrant and phenomenal chapters found in Origami King. So, in last place, in number 7, including the prologue, by the way, if you're wondering, why 7 chapters? Did I miss a secret chapter? No. But the prologue, I'm saying, is everything before Picnic Road. I'm saying it's C tier. The only reason I really wanted to talk about the prologue is because I think it's one of the better Paper Mario prologues, and it actually was kind of fun. I liked it. But, yeah, second favorite. I liked Super Paper Mario's lore-filled prologue better, but this one was still very good. The beginning is dark and intriguing because you're like, you go to the castle and then you see Bowser folded up. You see, you see Peach folded up, and then you see Bowser folded up, and then you see like a Koopa being turned into origami, which is actually kind of dark if you think about it. Like, if it was a human being like, that's like being maimed or whatever, you know, like it's kind of crazy that that's in a Paper Mario game. But then also like we got just like Ollie and him being a shy guy, and then like he like comes out and he's like, I'm Ollie, and then it's kind of revealed that he's the main bad guy. And when he sends the streamers flying everywhere, and then you escape the castle in Bowser Jr.'s flying thingy, that was all awesome. And then it kind of gets boring. Whispering Woods is charming, but it's so reliant on tutorials that it honestly was annoying how slow this place felt. So like we're going, I mean, like it was just so slow, and it's kind of crazy. It was like 2 screens long, and I don't know. I mean, it was fun. Like the singing was fun. The fact that there was that like lake that would restore stuff was cool, because especially since you would get stuff in later chapters like shriveled up HP max up hearts, and you're like, actually, I know what to do with that. That's cool. But didn't really love this place. It wasn't exactly a great area. And then Toad Town is fun. I mean, it's not anything too special. I mean, it's a fun little town. I don't think it's as good as like Paper Mario 64's Toad Town or anything like that. But like fighting the Paper Macho enemies for the first time was kind of cool too. But still, it's kind of in tutorial land over here. Finding Luigi was fun. And him being like, I gotta go find the key to Peach's castle, and then Olivia's like, oh, he lost his hat, and it's funny. But honestly, like, I'm glad this wasn't a D tier prologue for me, but it's absolutely nothing special. So alright, in 6th place is the Origami Castle B tier. I think it is disheartening that I would have to put a final chapter this low, but that's less of the fact this chapter is bad and more of the fact that like I loved the other chapters in this game. So I mean, it was good. The Origami Castle itself, it looks so cool, and it's like full of charm, but it's not really conveyed on the inside of the place. It's kind of really boring, the inside. I mean, I like the stapler fight, and I'm okay with the King Ollie fight, but like it's just the one explorable area in the chapter. I mean, yes, there's Hotfoot Crater. Yes, there's the scene where you're flying in with Bowser. And those are both fantastic parts of the game. I love those parts, but Origami Castle itself is honestly like just one of the most mid locations in the whole game. The stapler fight is fun, but it's one of the worst, probably the worst Legion stationary fight. It's fun. I like guarding the attacks, but there's nothing too interesting other than the fact that he's acting like a dog, which is kind of fun. But there's no floor tile gimmick in that fight, so it's just kind of annoying. I feel like Scissors was so much better, and a lot of the other ones, which is fine. It's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect, but like, yeah. So there's mediocre boss fights. I really didn't like the King Ollie fight that much, actually. I'll talk about that in another video. I'm going to make a boss ranking soon here, but Didn't really love that fight, but the cutscenes were what makes this a really pretty decent Paper Mario chapter. Olivia and Ollie's cutscenes are amazing. The 1000 Origami Cranes thing was cool. The Origami Festival was cool. Bowser giving Olivia advice was actually one of my favorite parts about this chapter. The airship minigame and Hotfoot Crater were absolutely fantastic. I think my favorite, maybe even my favorite part of this whole chapter was the fact that Luigi had the key the whole time. That was really funny. Yeah, so a lot of things that were good about this chapter, but in terms of gameplay, this chapter is pretty boring. And for a game that has so much fun exploration and collectibles and stuff, to have the final chapter kind of throw a lot of that fun stuff out the window is just kind of sad. I mean, yes, the cutscenes are great. Yes, the bosses are pretty fun, but it's not too special for me, and it's definitely the shortest chapter in the game. So, all right, in 5th place is going to be the Red Streamer, also a B tier chapter for me. It suffers from the hand-holding elements of the prologue, so it's a lot of tutorials, not as much, but it suffers from the same problem as every other Paper Mario chapter, first chapter. Like, alright, in the original game, yes, we go through grassy plains and we eventually come to a castle. In the second game, really? Yep, the same. And I guess it's not really too similar in Super Paper Mario, but hey, that's lucky. I mean, I like that one. That's my favorite first chapter in Paper Mario franchise, Super Paper Mario. Sticker Star, same vibe. I haven't played Color Splash yet, unfortunately, so hey, maybe that one is different. But really, it just is a solid chapter. It's a great introduction to the game, but it's nothing crazy. Like I said, B tier. I mean, Picnic, like, if I want to talk about it a little more, like, Picnic Road was fun. It had the Sensor Lab, the Secret Toads, a lot of them. No homage to the original Super Mario Bros. Good shops and stuff, but it's kind of a boring area. The Earth Elemental Temple, pretty decent place. Nice lore. Opening it with the 6 shells found at Overlook Mountain. That was fun. And the temple itself was pretty cool. The first Elemental was exciting, but swamped down by tutorials. I mean, yeah, I liked a lot of this stuff. I just, when I think of my experience with Origami King, I never really thinking of the Red Streamer, except for Overlook Tower. It's really cool. It uniquely restricted confetti usage. It was actually a little spooky. It introduced the colored pencils, which was awesome. It gave us a restaurant in the Paper Mario universe, which is actually kind of cool. It just was kind of devoid of the magic that the other different streamers had in the game. Like, it was still really fun. I don't have any problems with it, but it really isn't too special. So, yeah. Alright, in 4th place. So I am saying Red Streamer's B tier, but I'm going all the way up to S tier with Purple Streamer. I think the rest of the chapters in this game are absolutely awesome. So, this streamer, as said by a lot of people, like everyone and their grandmothers are saying this is like Wind Waker. Lots of hidden secrets, islands, and collectibles. This chapter is incredibly satisfying. Clearing the fog for the first time, that was super cool. Learning the important backstory of Ollie and Olivia, that really plays into the final moments of the game. That's awesome. And revealing Diamond Island by mapping the charts was really cool. It was all really cool. And then the Ice Valley Mental and Tape were 2 of my favorite boss fights in the game. Ice Valley Mental is my 5th favorite, and Tape being my 3rd favorite. Loved those bosses. The Scuffle Island was fun. I really liked the Paper Macho enemy gauntlet. It was really cool. Heart Island was a good one. It was a unique puzzle to be able to open up the HP max up heart. But, like, however, I do have quite a few problems with this chapter. I mean, I still think it's amazing. Like I said, it's S tier, but there are a couple things that make me just not like it as much as the other ones in this game. So first of all, Mario doesn't have a partner to hang out with, really. I mean, Captain T.O. is there, like, all the time, but you can't talk to him, which I think is kind of sad. Like, it would be fun if you could still interact with him and say, hey, what's up? Like, how's it? Like, how are we doing back at the ship, you know? That would have been cool if you could just talk to him at the very least. He didn't need to follow us around because he kind of needs to make sure his boat is okay, but honestly, like, just been cool to be able to talk to him. That's one thing that most other chapters have other than Red Streamer, so that's kind of sad. The islands were a little too basic other than Diamond Island, in my opinion. Like, they're fun ones. Like I said, Scuffle Island and Heart Island were good. But truly, so many of the islands were just kind of boring. Like, they didn't have all that much going on. It's really good still, but like, it was fun finding the islands, kind of exploring them. But in retrospect, it wasn't really that cool. Like, it was cool, but not amazing. And then third, the Sea Tower was by far the least interesting final streamer dungeon to me. Still really good. I liked it a lot. And Tape's appearance was just not like teased as much as, say, colored pencils, hole punch, scissors, even rubber band. But in the end, I love this chapter. I love that it felt like Wind Waker. I love that it was like Wind Waker light. That's what a lot of people say. But like, it was like a quick Wind Waker-like experience in a very short period of time. Like, I could probably get it done in like 4 hours, maybe probably less. But like, I mean, it is one of the longest streamers. But just going through all these islands, it really felt like a little nice exploration experience that wasn't overbearing. Wasn't like a 60-hour game or anything. It was really fun. I really like this chapter. But there's 3 that I like more. And yes, I have S and S+. So that's why there's going to be... It's not just like... I don't know. I really, really like this game. But I think that there's one chapter that did the exploration type chapter so much better than the purple streamer. So, yeah. Alright, in third place is the green streamer, which is also going to be an S tier. Going from perhaps purple streamer, which I think might be the longest chapter, at least it was for me, to the shortest chapter, the green streamer. Green streamer is so good. It was phenomenal. The Shangri Spa is such an inspired location, and one of the best Paper Mario locations, in my opinion, in the whole series. The interactions between Mario, Olivia, Bowser Jr., and Kamek are so fun and golden, and I really like that even with the restrictions that people are putting on the gameplay team at on the intelligence systems, I really feel like the higher-ups are making so. We've got to make a more streamlined Paper Mario experience. We can't have quirky new characters anymore. But they're still finding different new ways to make these different old characters very interesting. Like Bowser Jr. and Kamek, this is their best iterations in any Mario game, in my opinion. Like, they have a personality, they're really fun, they were really cool to have on the team. The idea of going to different spas and healing Bowser Jr. was so cool. Like, the different ways we healed him up and stuff. I mean, I think it would have been more fun if, like, it was more like... I think there should have been one at the first place, like there was. And then I think that it should have branched out a little more. I thought it was fun, like, the Jungle of Evil Mist or whatever, and the Rainbow one. But the other couple were not really that cool. Like, maybe... I don't know. I mean, they were just really easy to get to and stuff, which is nice. I guess that I like that this chapter is a little more streamlined in some ways, but in some ways I was like, okay, we could have had a little more gameplay, judging that this place only had 3 areas compared to, like, I don't know, Purple Streamer that had, like, 11 islands, or, like, Blue Streamer that just had a ton of areas. But that's okay. Honestly, I think that the Shangri Spa is just so good that it's okay with that. But after you... so when Bowser Jr. gets attacked, it's by Scissors, and that's a great setup to make Scissors more intimidating for later in the chapter. Also, this chapter has the most boss fights of any chapter, even though it's probably the shortest chapter. It has a boss sumo, the Handaconda, the Paper Mistake Buzzy Beetle, and Scissors. And Bowser's Castle is very fun, like invading it, teaming up with all these people that you wouldn't usually team up with is awesome. I always love teaming up with Bowser. It's super fun, like in Super Paper Mario. And yeah, I really love that. It was fun but short. And there's some flaws, though, with this amazing chapter. I would say first, 3 of the 4 bosses. So, Boss Sumo, Handaconda, and Paper Mistake Buzzy Beetle. They were all good, but they were not, like, great bosses. But, I mean, it has... Like, some chapters only have 2 bosses, so putting all 3 of these bosses together, I don't know, kind of accounts for the more boss fights. There's more quantity over quality, but honestly, I like having more boss fights. It's fun. Also, this chapter didn't have a Velumental, which is kind of sad. I mean, it makes it more interestingly paced and different from the other chapters, but it could have been cool if we had, like, Air Velumental, and maybe Mario could go on the Air Velumental while Bowser was, like, shooting his cannon. I don't know. I don't think that would have been made the game better, but still, I think it would have been. I love the Velimental, so this chapter not having one was kind of sad, but I think it was perfectly fine. That's more of a mixed aspect for me. And I just think it's a little too short, and it's just, so, I mean, and I think that, like, Scissors fight was amazing. The Chain Chomp sequence in the Living Mist area was great, and it gave some extra characterization for K-Mech and stuff. But honestly, like I said with the Purple Streamer, which did an exploration chapter better, I feel like, well, Green Streamer was really story-focused, and partner-focused and stuff, and I feel like there's one chapter that does that idea better than Green Streamer. So the S-tier chapters, I think, are amazing, but I think they're a little bit outclassed by the Yellow and Blue Streamers. So in second place, it's going to be the Yellow Streamer S+ tier. To me, this does what the Purple Streamer does, but a bit better. Like, not so much better that I don't like the Purple Streamer, but definitely I liked this chapter better. Exploring in the boot car was so fun and more unique than exploring by boat, which is something that so many games I've already done. Digging up things is more fun than grabbing them from the ocean, in my opinion. Even though grabbing them from the ocean was more of like a mini game type thing, I just thought it was nice that digging was quick, less tedious, and it was done by the legendary Professor Toad. And that you could dig anywhere, and maybe you wouldn't be able to find something, but hey, you could at least get like 2 coins, or it was really, I feel like there were a lot more hidden treasures in the desert than in the sea. The sun being stolen by Hole Punch was awesome, and it worked very well at establishing Hole Punch as the chapter's main villain at the very beginning, whereas that's not really a focus in Red Streamer, Blue Streamer, Purple Streamer. In Green Streamer, it does have Scissors. Scissors might even be, I don't know, Scissors and Hole Punch are very important to their chapters, which makes them a lot more interesting in my eyes. But I really did like the sun being stolen. It made for this awesome looking desert. One of my favorite deserts in any game I've ever played. It's beautiful, unique, picturesque, and like the Twilight vibe is awesome. Lining all the Toad statues through all the riddles was really fun. I mean, I understand that if you played this game a second time, it'd get more boring. But I think that's just a thing with all the chapters, to be honest. Like, that's just gonna be boring if you're playing it again. I don't really replay games anyway, so just making note of that. But revealing the Fire Velimental Cave, that was awesome. Revealing the Temple of Truels, what the heck? The Temple of Shrooms, and Captain T.O.'s secret hideaway. Those are all really cool moments in this chapter. The Fire Velimental fight was really good. The Hole Punch was so good. I love that fight. More for the iconicness of it. The actual fight isn't as interesting as some of the other ones, but the surrounding events are so fun. And I think Temple of Shrooms, one of my favorite locations in the game, my favorite dungeon in the game. And let's see, yeah, so I like that, and it fixed a lot of the problems I had with Purple Streamer, where things didn't feel as involved. Like here, we have a partner that's with us the whole time instead of Captain T.O. kind of just being there. We had Professor Toad, which is awesome. Another thing, it has a lot of intriguing moments, the bodacious boot car, awesome mystery elements, and the most surreal moment in any video game I've ever played, fighting a hole puncher who punches holes in the faces of toads so they'll always be able to have dance parties with him. That's just awesome. I really liked it. That was hilarious. Kind of sick, so I'm not really being the most entertaining here, but really I thought that was hilarious. And the different, I mean, yeah, so the sea tower was kind of boring. Temple of Shrooms was really fun. The islands were kind of basic. I found that the deserts were more interesting. And yeah, we actually had a partner this chapter, and there's just a lot of mysteries. Like, there was mystery at the Diamond Island, but as soon as I found like 2 of them, I was like, oh, we're gonna have to like go underwater and there's gonna be something. But really, yeah, I mean, this was just really fun. I thought the Yellow Streamer was just a little better than the Purple Streamer. So yeah. Alright, and my favorite streamer in the game is going to have to be the Blue Streamer. One of my favorite Paper Mario chapters now. Yellow Streamer is probably my 5th favorite in the series. Yes, that is including Thousand Year Door, don't kill me. But the Blue Streamer is probably my 4th favorite in the series. So I'm just going to say, I'm just noting this, I'm counting Sweet Paper Valley and the Princess Peach as part of Blue Streamer, because it starts and finishes Bobby's story in a fulfilling way, and I feel like none of the other partners carry over to different chapters. So I'm just saying that those are, yes, they are not in the Blue Streamer area, but they are part of the Blue Streamer story, in my opinion, so I'm going to count those. Anyway, this chapter is awesome. It's, like I said, it does the story and location and atmosphere of the Green Streamer, but even better, which is interesting. So that's what I kind of had about Yellow Streamer. I thought it was just a little bit better than Purple Streamer, and Blue Streamer is also just a little bit better than Green Streamer. Like Shangri Spa, Shogun Studios is an incredibly fun and inspired location. I loved Mario, Olivia, and Bobby together. Like, it was a perfect trio. It's full of chemistry. I really liked it. Obviously platonic chemistry, but the scene in which Mario meets Bobby was awesome. I loved it, where he like inches toward Mario and it's like, actually, can I go with you? And it was a nice moment of show, don't tell. That's kind of the least Mario thing ever. I feel like Mario is like so discreet, but here I was like, nice. I like that it's showing emotions without just being like, I feel this. Bobby's basicness and lack of intelligence and just his design being like so like sticker starry, where it's just a literal copy paste Mario character. But like I was saying earlier, like I feel like the higher ups are really restricting the intelligent systems like design team, and I think that, I mean, yes, they're trying to make unique new games, but I feel like they would rather have like newer characters and stuff. But I think that even with their restrictions, they're able to make the most generic character annoying, charming, and perfectly aligned to the themes of the game. I love that they were able to even take the restriction and make this idea that Bob-ombs, no matter how basic they are, they can still make an impact. And I thought that was actually a really deep concept for a Mario game. I really liked that they literally just took what everyone was complaining about Sticker Star and made it into a great plot point in this game. Actually, I'll talk about that in a second, but I love Bobby. That's basically what I'm trying to say. This chapter is my favorite boss fight in the game, the Water Elemental. I loved that boss. One of my favorite RPG bosses of all time, to be honest. And I know that a lot of people are like, oh, well, Origami King isn't an RPG. And I hit you with Chrono Cross, because that game does not have a conventional leveling system either. And yeah, I mean, you still do get strength, you upgrade your weapons and stuff. I do think the problem of coins not being the most necessary is still there, but at least you're actually buying permanent upgrades with coins in this game, unlike in like Sticker Star. So anyway, let's not talk about that. I can talk about that in a different video. But this chapter 3 fantastic bosses: Water Elemental, Rubber Band, and the Paper Macho Gooper Blooper. And in reality, like, each act of the Big Show Theater kind of feels like a boss fight event in its own right. So I guess you could say, like, honestly, there are even more boss fights in this chapter. So anyway, yeah. So then the first location, obviously, the absolutely gorgeous Autumn Mountain. It's fun. It's just really cool to see this amazing, inspired looking location. Chestnut Valley, kind of boring in terms of gameplay. It's kind of filler. But in terms of, like, establishing Bobby as a character, I thought it was pretty nice. Next we have, the Water Elemental Shrine. Absolutely love it. My favorite boss in the game, my second favorite Elemental dungeon in the game, and the first location to have a coffee shop, which is such a great element in this game. I mean, I don't personally drink coffee, but seeing Mario go up to these just places and relaxing in the middle of the conflict, and seeing him just kind of hang out with Goombas and different enemies. I don't know why, but it is just such a cool concept. It was so fun discovering these different coffee shops. And of course, after acquiring the Water Elemental, it floods and we get Eddy River, which is so iconic. It took me like 30 tries to get all the coins, but honestly, I kind of liked it. I mean, it was way too long, but I really liked the idea of Eddy River. And honestly, if they just made a spin-off game where there's Mario floating down a river in this way, in a bunch of different levels, I would totally buy that game. It's kind of embarrassing, but I really thought this was a fun location. And in the end, second favorite location in the game was Shogun Studios. Amazing town, great atmosphere, awesome trading sequence side quests, ninja attraction, Big Show Theater, which is my third favorite final chapter dungeon, behind Bowser's Castle, Temple of Shrooms. Absolutely love this. But my favorite thing about all of this, my favorite moment in the entire Paper Mario The Origami King, my favorite moment in the whole Paper Mario series, as well as honestly one of my favorite moments in a video game I've played, was Bobby's sacrifice. Oh my gosh, it was, even though it literally was in your face that Bobby was probably going to do something, this is not what I expected. Like, the second time I played, I was still crying, honestly, and that's just a testament to how well crafted this team was. But the deep themes of everyone can make an impact, and Bobby coming back and being like, hey, I fulfilled my goal in life, like, this is what I needed, this is what I wanted. And when he's like, just go cheer Olivia up, and then you cheer Olivia up, and it's like this sentimental moment. And I love that Mario has freaking emotions in this scene. When has Mario had emotions? I mean, I guess in Mario and Luigi, he makes like weird faces. But we have never seen Mario go through the stages of grief like this. And it doesn't just like, oh, it's not really just self-contained in the story, because there's a heart-wrenching scene in the Green Streamer. I guess it's kind of like right after the Green Streamer, but where she's like, wait, that's Bobby! And then she realizes there's just a bunch of Bob-Moms, and they're all just there trying to make an impact in the greater scheme of things. I don't know. There's some deep stuff here. I mean, not super Paper Mario level deep, but I love this moment. Bobby is my favorite partner in the series. I love Bobby. I don't even know anymore. I really loved that moment. It was heartbreaking. It was really good. So, I don't know. Overall, what does that mean? Overall, this was my fourth favorite chapter in a Paper Mario game. My third favorite being Super Paper Mario's Chapter 8, because the story was so good, and Thousand Year Door's third and fourth chapters, because they were just so fun. But honestly, I loved Blue Streamer. It was so good. I absolutely adore this game, and honestly, I think it's in my top 10 favorite video games now. I have played a lot of video games, and I love the Origami King. I'm glad, at this point, I'm glad they made Sticker Star and Color Splash, because even if those games were drastically different from Thousand Year Door and Super Paper Mario games I really, really loved, I'm glad that we got to this point and that Origami King was made, because this was a fantastic game in my eyes, and I wish I could play it again for the first time. Even though I literally finished it like 2 weeks ago, because I thought it was going to be bad, but no, it was awesome. And I finished it for the first time 2 weeks ago, and I already wish I could replay it again with no spoilers, I wish I could just have this experience one more time. Love the chapters in this game. I still like Thousand Year Door chapters better, but as a whole, I love Paper Mario the Origami King. Thank you guys all for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed Paper Mario, be sure to like and subscribe and check out other videos on the channel. Sorry this was super long, but I really wanted to give this game due credit. And yeah, I really love this game. I really hope you guys loved it too. I mean, it's been out for a while now, to be honest, but really hope you loved it, and I really hope that the Paper Mario series keeps on being this good. I mean, I'm okay if it isn't Thousand Year Door, if it is as good as the Origami King was. Thank you guys all for watching this video, and have a fantastic day. Peace out, Mario fans.